Hi, this is Lisa from Lisa's Crafty Creations, and I thought I'd just do a video on the different logbooks that I use for my diamond painting. The first one I got was from Amazon, and it's the DMC colour chart book. I hope you can see that. It obviously has the colour chart in, and it has a space where you can put all your different diamonds in, which is what I started to do. But then I hate kitting down, so I got a bit bored with that, and I must admit I haven't done it as much as I will. But I do intend to finish it and put them in. And then after all the colour chart, you've got where to log your paintings, and it's actually quite a big book. I don't think there's the need for it to be quite as spread out as this, because you don't really need to put as much detail in this as what I have. And there would be room to put it in half that section if you wanted to. But there's room for a picture, then there's your project level, with how difficult it was, what kinds of things you needed in order to complete it, the amount of time it took you to complete it. So I've put a start date, an end date, and then the drilling time I've put down as 3 days, so it's a total duration. It has room for the price, so this one was it's called Maternal Love. It was a round drill. It was bought from Wish. It was a 40 by 50 and it cost me £17 plus £8 delivery. Then it has a little place here to say what mood you were in, the date that you actually started it, or the date that you filled this in. The things, it's to-do list, so what was going on here and what we're thankful for. And then on this side was just a note section, and what I like to do is keep a list of the DMCs, so that if I lose, if I can't see the legend that's attached to the actual canvas, then I have got a record in case I lose any of the diamonds. It also gives you notes on where to, like the kinds of things that you can put down, and I put lots of different things, what the canvas was like, what it was made of, whether it was poured glue, double-sided adhesive, what the diamonds were like, and because I had lots of room, I suppose I wrote down a lot more than what I do now. So that was the only downside of this. I felt that the book, you could have double the amount of pages that you have, just by putting this into a little bit more of a compact state, I suppose. So I started this book in the 27th of the 7th, and I finished it on the 9th of the 11th, I believe it said. Yeah, the 19th of the 11th. So some of the pictures were too big to go there, so I just printed them out and stapled them on, because my printer, I can't get my printer to print small for some reason. I'm a bit dense with technology. If I had issues with any of the canvases, I would write that down. If I was waiting for replies from companies or anything like that, that would all go down in the book. Any issues with symbols, I'd write it down so I knew what was what. And then also if I was giving it to somebody, I'd put in who I was giving it to. So it was quite a nice book. I think it cost me £10, which was not too bad. And as I say, I got it off Amazon. So I enjoyed using this book. It had plenty of room in it, but I think you could have gotten twice as many diamonds paintings in there than we have at the moment. Now I do prefer this next logbook, which again, diamond painting logbook. Again, I bought it from Amazon. It's a lot smaller. It's an A5 rather than an A4 size. It has the same sort of information in it. You have a place, which is a nice big place to put your photograph. You've got a place for notes at the bottom, which is quite adequate to write down what you need. 9 times out of 10, the pictures that you get for your canvases are only small. So what I tend to do is put my picture in the corner there, and then the DMCs, or the legend, or the symbols, whatever you want to call them, on the side there as well. So there's still room for me to do that in these particular books. This one didn't have an inventory sheet, and I forgot to photocopy the side of it, so hence we haven't got no picture. But it gives you, it has lots of information that I actually quite like. So you've got the design kit name. So I tend to put the name of it and then the order number or the kit number on there as well, so that if I have any issues I can just look into the logbook and say, right, well this was kit number such and such, so then I can contact the company. The dimensions, which are great. If it's a custom, then you can describe what the custom was. It's got the dimensions, so you can put the side. Then you've got the drill type, square, round or special. Drill total, whether it was full coverage or partial coverage, the number of different colours that you had. You can also put in the total number of drills if you wanted to, where you bought it from and how much it was, whether there was any shipping costs, which I quite like the fact that it's got both of that there, what you thought the quality of the product was, if it was a gift, who was it from, which I quite like. That's nice information to keep if you got it given from somebody, who you actually got it from. The date that you started it, so I tend to write down 3 dates: the date it was ordered, the date it was arrived, and the date I started it. And then the date was completed goes in another section. Then we've got the difficulty level, was it beginner, intermediate or advanced, which I quite like because you've got 3 different levels here rather than just 2. What I did with the final product, did I keep it, did I sell it, did I give it to somebody? And then you've got a place there that you can write down who you give it to if you did. If you sold it, how much did you sell it for, and then your overall rating. Now I had some stickers for this one, so I put stickers in there because you've got a total of 5 stars, so I filled in the stars that I wanted. So as I say, it's quite a good book. It's got lots of pages in it. I find it much easier than the other book. So I think in the future I would go with something more like this, although I might just do my own book now that I've gotten an idea of the kinds of things that I would like to have included in a logbook. So far I am about a quarter of the way through the book, and most of the paintings that I've done are actually in here. So that shows you exactly how I'll fill it in, for example with the picture. So we have the picture here, and then we have the drills that are there and any notes that I've made. I put little stars next to the drills if I find those symbols were difficult or if there was an issue with that particular DMC. So there's lots of things that you can include in this, so it's quite a nice little book. And again, this one was about $9.99 from Amazon. If I'm able to, I'll try my best to link it in. I'm still learning, so I'm not sure whether I'll be able to manage that, but I will try. As I say, this is Lise from Lisa's Crafty Creations. If you've been here before, thank you very much for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing and hitting the bell so that you're notified whenever I do a video, which can be any time really.